'Cause heaven or hell is waiting for you.
Let's go! Yes!
Hard pressed. Watch the contrast, but not crushed. Why is that important? Because we remember that initially we said we are jars of clay. Jars of clay aren't really that strong. So if jars of clay are being hard pressed, they're supposed to be crushed. Listen, you missed that. Listen. Some of the things that you're going through are supposed to crush you. If left to your own devices, they would crush you. The reason they're not crushing you is because there's something inside of you that's holding everything together. Paul says you can't quit because even though you're hard pressed, trouble on every side, you're not crushed. At the end of the storm, you're still standing. Yeah, there's some clay pots around that didn't make it. But God said, because of what I put in you, you can stand the storm. Second thing he says, we are perplexed. The original language, the word perplexed means to be at a loss. Have you ever been somewhere at a crossroads in life and really just felt like, I don't know what to do? And often when you get in those situations of I don't know what to do, the next emotion is despair. The next emotion is throw in the towel, I quit, because I don't know what to do. Paul says, no, you child of God, because of what God has put in you, even when you get to perplexing moments, when you get to the axes of life, the crossroads of life, and you're not sure which way to go, Paul says you might be perplexed, but you won't be in despair. How can I not be in despair? Because I understand the power that's in me. I may not know which way to go right now, but my Bible says that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. So I'm going to just keep following Jesus, and wherever he leads me, I'll go. I might be perplexed. I might not understand what to do, but I heard Jesus say. Paul goes further. He says we're persecuted. The original word in the original language means to be pursued by someone who wishes you harm. It don't just mean folk talking about you, but there's actually some folk coming to get you. They know where you work. They know where you live. They know what store you go to. They know what time you go to the gym. There's some folk that are pursuing you not to do you good, but to hurt you. There's some folk that's trying to pursue you in relationships. I'm talking to somebody, I know it. There's some folk in the room right now that keep getting them phone calls because somebody's trying to pursue you, but in essence, they're pursuing you to do you harm. Paul says we are persecuted, watch this, but not forsaken. In other words, even though it seems like some folk are trying to get me, I haven't slipped God's mind. Have you ever thought about that? That I know it's difficult right now, but Paul says you are not forsaken. God said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I'm going to be right there. I'll stick closer than a brother. Paul said no matter what it looks like, no matter how difficult it gets, how many people are trying to do you harm, God said, I won't forget you. Everybody, folk that you counted on might walk away. You know, that person that you thought would always have your back might turn and run. But God said, I'll never leave you. Nor forsake you. Listen, this is why I can't quit. I can't quit because even when I'm persecuted, I know God is thinking about me. We almost finished here. Look what Paul says. Paul says, I've been struck down. Cast down. In the original language, Paul is talking about real incidents of being beaten, coming to blows. Paul is saying, listen, I've literally been dealt blows. Some folk have literally tried to hurt me. Have not just tried, but have hit me in areas that hurt. Come on, somebody. Is there anybody in the room that can say, you know, I've got hit with some body shots in life. I had some situations that happened that blew my mind. I felt like, God, where are you? Had some body shots in my life. I've sat in courtrooms in different places and had judges call me things that I wasn't. I've had some body shots. I don't know what you've been through. Maybe you've had some diagnosis from the doctor that was body shots. Maybe loved ones that you thought was going to be there walked away. Body shots. Folk that you counted on decided, never mind. Body shots. Paul says, I've taken some blows in this thing. I've taken some hits that made me want to throw in the towel. I wanted to quit. You ever felt like that? I don't want to go to church today. I don't feel like giving God praise because this hurts. Paul says, I've been in hurtful situations. I've been beaten. I've been lied on. They trying to kill me, but not destroyed. In other words, I am still standing. I've been through some difficult things, but I'm still here. Some other folk have gone through some of the things that I went through and they didn't make it. I know some folk in the neighborhood that smoked the same stuff I smoked, that ran in the same crowds I ran in, and they didn't make it. Paul says, struck down, but not destroyed. I'm almost finished, but I want you to understand that you can't quit. Because it ain't in me. And it ain't in you. What's in me and what's in you is a power that surpasses all power. In fact, the Bible says in Romans that the very same power that raised Jesus from the dead is in you.
Good morning. Man, it's so good to know that you and I were not mistakes. But God knew what he was doing when you were brewing in the womb. He predetermined all the steps you would take from the place.